Hello and good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to this session on building smarter enterprises built on AI. I head up this company, Edgeverve. We are a product company, and our vision is to enable our customers on their digital transformation journey, leveraging AI and automation products. So when we look at the challenges that some of our customers are facing and the progress that they have made on their AI journey, we first wanted to highlight some of the data points that we see coming from different analyst reports. Now, on the face of it, enterprises have made a significant progress in the AI adoption in the last 4 years, 270 odd percent. What is also very heartening to see is that most of the enterprises realize that AI is just not another technology platform, but it can be a very good lever for them to gain competitive advantage. But when we do a little bit more double click as to how the AI adoption is happening in enterprises, we do see that enterprises are still pretty much in their nascent stages. They are still experimenting with AI. They're still doing these proof of concepts and trying to figure out how to move beyond the POC to an enterprise-wide adoption of AI. Now, while the progress in AI has been slower than what was anticipated a couple of years back, what is good to see is that enterprises have not given up hope. They have realized that AI is a complex program. It takes more time to realize the benefit and make it a successful enterprise-wide AI journey. Now, based on more than 200 odd engagements that we have done with our customers, taking them on their journey towards AI and success around it, we found that there are three key reasons why customers struggle to move beyond the POC to an enterprise-wide adoption of AI. The first and foremost is around data. The availability of golden source of data is still a challenge. A golden source of data which cuts across the data lakes, which cuts across the enterprises, is still a challenge. And add to it the challenges associated with security, compliance, GDPR, etc. And the entire process of making the data ready for AI modeling and coming out with predictions based on that does become a very time-consuming and a costly affair. The second challenge that we have seen enterprises face is really scaling the AI beyond the initial POCs and the initial hype that is created. Now, when we look at the scaling of AI, we realize that doing a POC on one particular part of AI technology in your line of business using your test data is still easy. But when you try and expand it to an enterprise-wide adoption, challenges with respect to organization change management, concerns regarding using the AI predictions to make strategic choices start coming, which sometimes slow down the progress that is made by enterprises in really adopting AI at scale. And the third key challenge, and I'm sure most of you would agree to that, is around this entire talent ecosystem. Now, availability of key talents like data scientists, AI architects, AI engineers, UX designers, etc., are still at a premium. While a data scientist can potentially do a single POC, come out with AI modeling at a POC level, when you try and scale it beyond at an enterprise level, you need many more such kind of architects that are really not available in the market, and especially not at the scale that is required. Now, while these challenges exist, we have certain recommendations where we have seen customers drive better value, be more successful, either in initiating their AI journeys or actually in accelerating them. I'll share some three different thoughts that we have around making the entire AI journey more successful. The first and foremost is around leveraging pre-built, AI-enabled business solutions that focus on a specific business problems. This overcomes the challenge associated with skills, choice of technology platform, concerns regarding model scalability, adaptability, etc., and helps customers fast-track their progress on AI adoption. For example, one of the solutions that is offered by our company Edgeverve is Collect Edge. Now, this solution is focused on reducing the delinquency rate and improving the customer experience in the entire lending process. The second solution that we have is, we have often seen enterprises go very deep into building AI modeling for particular use cases, only to realize at the end of it that it really doesn't drive the true value expected out of that business case. So rather than doing that, we recommend using technology platform, an AI technology platform, which brings in the different components like data, advanced machine learning, deep learning, OCR, vision, etc., all combined together as a platform to really experiment with AI. Experiment with AI to churn out different use cases that might be valuable for your organization, and then pick one or two which you can adopt at an enterprise-wide scale. And the third is to, during the planning phase, think beyond the POCs. Think as to how you can go beyond the POC to an enterprise-wide adoption. Think what are the challenges you're going to face and how you're going to overcome them. We believe that data is a challenge. We spoke about it earlier. One of the solutions that we have found for a data challenge is to use an AI-enabled data platform. A data platform which can be hosted on-premise or on the cloud, can work across multiple data types, structured, unstructured, streaming data, can provide persona-based access and governance. So using an AI data platform has been found as a very good solution to overcome some of the challenges that we have seen customers face on their AI journeys. Now, these are some of the viewpoints that we have collected based on our experience with the customers. And to speak more on this, I would like to invite Jonathan on the stage with me. So Jonathan, if you can come up. Jonathan heads the client and transaction services for HSBC's Global Trade and Receivables Finance business. Jonathan, and we'll have a chat with him. Cheers. One thing that is missing in his profile here is he's a pretty poor golfer, and we will talk about how do we use AI to solve that as well.
I mean, it's an amazing use case when you run.
Your mic probably.
Yeah.
Can you speak again?
Hello? Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Are we on? Are we good? Fab. Sorry. There you go. No, I mean, golf's an amazing use case. Okay, I need a bit of help.
Go on, try again.
Testing, hello. No.
We talk about AI. Struggling with. Go ahead with that.
There we go. How's that? That better? There you go. Fine. Perfect. Thank you. That's a good start. Yeah, I mean, golf is a great use case, right? You start with GPS, we go into product design. Now, the mixed reality tech that we're starting to see in the industry, with you've got a chip in the ball, you've got the screw into the top of the club, and the glasses that map it out. I'm still a terrible golfer, though, so I'll keep trying.
So, Jonathan, help me with this, right? I mean, client experience, risk management, transaction processing are sometimes thought of as those key areas where AI can make a significant impact. You have been running your AI program within HSBC GTRF. Can you help us understand what have you been doing and how have you really been going around this?
Sure. So, I mean, listen, let me start. I have the privilege of being responsible for just looking after our customers in HSBC that trade internationally, that use our working capital products domestically and internationally. And what the technology and the skills that are out there today are doing is just enabling me to do stuff which I've just not been able to do before for our customers. Whether it's accelerating that client experience to improve it, whether it's managing the risk, for the customer as well as for the bank, and actually doing it more effectively as well. But maybe if I take a step back, about 2 years ago, we stopped mapping processes. We stopped process re-engineering, and we went back to the customer and we started mapping client journeys. not the high level personas, but step by step, pain point by pain point, handoff by handoff, that journey. And then we put the process engineers underneath it, the process consultants, the design experts, the IT guys, the transformation team, genuine multidisciplinary teams to go tackle those pain points.
Right.
Those pain points became the path for us. Some of it you can solve with traditional tech, traditional simplification, but as I say, what the tech that's out there, some of the tech that's here today is enabling us to do is to solve for our clients in a way that, honestly, 2 years ago, we never imagined.
So it's interesting that you talk about customer journeys and leveraging that to improve your customer experience. How did you really go about finding whether your customer experience is improving? Is there a return of investment or a scientific way to measure that your customer experience has been improving as part of your AI program, for example?
Well, yeah, listen, I mean, there's no panacea, but it very much starts with the business objectives. You know, what are we trying to achieve for the business? What are we trying to achieve for the customer? But there's layers. The technology that we use, I mean, we all have the operational metrics, whether it's decision accuracy, it's the efficiency of the systems, the algorithms, the machine learning, the process, the cognitive automation. The two learns for me, actually, over the past 2 years. One has been around driving adoption. So we started with how many countries can we deploy the tech to? Mm-hmm. And listen, we're in 30 countries now with cognitive automation, OCR, advanced robotics, to automate the digestion of processing. And listen, at the minute, we take in a very paper-based industry, which you know, we get about 100 million pieces of paper through the door every year at the moment. So building a capability around cognitive, around OCR, around RPA, helps me do a few things. One, it reduces risk from the client's perspective and from the bank's perspective in terms of manual errors. But it means the client transaction flows through the system and through the ecosystem of international trade quicker. So our customers can get access to the goods or services on the side of the dock quicker than they used to be able to. They get access to the funds that they need to run their business quicker and faster, and you know, more consistently than we could do 5 years ago. So we look at the adoption metrics to drive usage. Are our people adopting the technology? Are they using it effectively? Are our customers using the technology that we're deploying to them? And then it's very much a focus on, are our customers happy? You know, we track NPS, unsurprisingly. We track day-to-day service levels. Are they leaving more business with us? And as a result, you know, our business grew for the first time in 5 years last year, despite some of the challenges out there in the economy. And we can start to see it in the revenue line whilst we become more efficient.
Excellent. So I think one of the challenges that I spoke about was scaling of AI, right? You can do it in one department in one country, but when you try and scale it, as you said, you have done it successfully over 30 countries now, right? What were some of the challenges that you faced, right? I mean, we have seen customers talking about the entire org change management piece, right? Is that a challenge that you faced?
So there's probably a few internal and a few in the broader business. The first one for us, and this was a personal lesson, MVP at the beginning for me was maximum viable product. Honestly, our desire to save the world with some of the solutions that we were building slowed us down. So there's a realization for us as we've learned in terms of, okay, what's the genuine MVP? What is the minimum viable product that we can get to market that actually is going to add value to the business, is going to add value to the customers? So that was the first piece. But then not going below that MVP.
Right.
If you have a target deployment date of the 1st of November and you hit a bump in the road, sometimes the first question was, okay, well, let's look at the MVP. And the lesson from me is do not let deadlines drive your MVP because you end up delivering something that actually doesn't add value to the client or the business. So getting the MVP right, not maximum, but then holding your nerve in terms of delivery was the first thing. The second piece, to your point, was very much nail it before you scale it.
Yep.
And as I say, there's some of us, including me, have an adrenaline bias. You know, how do we get to 30? When are we going to be in 30 markets? Yeah, I want the pattern recognition and the algorithm and machine learning for automating our financial crime in 40 markets by the end of the year. And that drives there. But we have to get it right first. You know, we have to make sure that whether it is the cognitive automation on document and transaction processing, whether it is the pattern recognition and the machine learning and the algorithms on financial crime management, we have to make sure it's right before we deploy.
Right.
And honestly, if that means I'm a little bit late, I'd rather that than deploy too early.
Where did you get these talented people who can do this pattern recognition, data modeling, and all that from? I mean, that is one of the scarcest skill sets available in the market right now.
Yeah, we talk to people like you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I think there's a few pieces. We do try and grow our own as much as we can. What's changed in talent development is actually the focus on future skills. We spend a lot of time thinking about what does that future skill set look like, not for today, you know, which for older people like me is quite hard, all right? And then we put in programs around digital leadership, around design, around et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we do try and attract talent. We have a return to work scheme for people who've been out of the industry and want to come back. We keep in touch with some of the people who leave us. And then there's two other pieces. I mean, we have the privilege of being able to look globally. So we will create centers of excellence in certain parts of the world where we see a skill set. We have to change the environments that we create for our people. You know, the generation that we're trying to recruit don't want to work in the corporate of Canary Wharf. So we will set up in WeWork offices or something similar to create an environment that works for them. So we have to change the environment. And the final piece, to be honest, is we do partner. You know, we partner with big tech, we partner with fintech.
Right.
Because, you know, I'm still a banker at the end of the day and I recognize where I need the skills. So the partnerships that we have are critical to our success because we cannot do this stuff on our own.
Okay. Now, AI is obviously a myriad of different technologies coming together, right? A lot of organizations can view an AI program as a technology-led program versus a business-led program. What's your view? Where's the right balance there? Is it a business-led program or technology-driven?
No, so for us, it's client-led. So as I say, the use case, and you know, we've got more use cases than we can cope with at the moment. The use case, it's very much driven by how do I effectively meet the needs of the client now and in the future, and how do I leverage the technology? You know, sometimes the solution is very, very simple robotics.
Right.
Sometimes it's a relatively simple algorithm. So actually wrapping it around how do we stay relevant for our clients now and in the future with the technology that's available to us today. Because a lot of our customers are ahead. You know, I mean, they are developing, they are growing, whether it's the, you know, the SME or whether it's the multinational. And collaborating with them is helping us grow and us challenge ourselves in terms of how we can improve what we do for those clients.
Excellent. Any recommendations from your side for people who are initiating their AI journey? What should they be looking for?
Yeah, I think what's worked for us, and hopefully this resonates with a few people in the audience, is being very, very clear in terms of what's the problem that you're trying to solve, what's the opportunity that you are trying to take advantage of, and then mapping in the solutions. It's not about AI, it's about how we can use AI as an enabler to meet our client needs,
Absolutely.
to deliver for the business, to protect the clients and protect the bank, to meet our regulatory needs. So being absolutely clear, and there's a piece for us at the beginning of these kind of projects where we talk about, we go slow to go fast.
Right.
We stop at the beginning to create that absolute clarity, because if you set off on the wrong direction, it's very, very difficult to bring it back. The second piece I would say is the pain points of the path for us, without a shadow of a doubt. And from a scaling up and deployment perspective, even if you miss your deadlines, nail it before you scale it.
Nail it before you scale it. So thanks so much, Jonathan, for sharing your views on this.
Thank you, Atul.
And folks, as I said, we have seen organizations be successful by leveraging some of the recommendations that we made around how do you really scale AI, leveraging some pre-built use cases, leveraging technology platforms to try it, experiment with AI, and really making use of an AI-led data platform. So thanks so much for listening in, and all the very best. Thank you, Jonathan.